In today's video, I'm going to walk you through the top 5 things you need to do if you're buying a business and get the optimal best price for you as a buyer. Let's get to it. Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. I am your host, Leo Landaverde, business broker and commercial lender, helping you buy and scale a profitable business. If you are a small business owner looking to scale, or a W-2 employee sick and tired of the rat race wanting to get out by buying a profitable business, then you are in the right place. Please subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit the bell, and you'll be notified every Thursday when new content comes out. I'm excited because I've been looking forward to doing this video for a while. As you know, I have a Business Acquisition Master, which is a group coaching program. If you want to know more about it, please connect with us. We have over 150 members. And some of the things that we're going to talk about, we talk about actually weekly on our 2-hour live sessions, Tuesdays and Wednesdays. So these are things that are also not just for my students inside BAM, but also for you. You know, that's just action value add for you. So number one is understanding true value versus asking price. Now, as you may already know by now, most sellers anchor high. They start high, whether they're working with a broker. If they're working with a broker and the business broker is good, they're going to want to be a little more reasonable. But if the broker is naive, fairly new to the business, or they are representing fishbowl, by themselves, they're going to want to anchor high. So you know that when a business is coming to market, it's going to come a little higher, right? So your job is to determine fair market value. And you do that by many things. We use SDE multiples. We assume that most businesses, and the truth is most businesses will be purchased at a multiple of seller discretionary earnings, which is net operating income, arrive at EBITDA, add backs to the seller, anything that is actually walkaway cash, we add it back, and that arrives as seller discretionary earnings, whether you're going to have a salary or not, that'll be deducted later. And then, so we want to know what, our goal when we're valuing a business is what is the highest cash flow, the highest debt service coverage ratio that we can have, number one. Thus, the next step is what is our post-debt service cash flow. So we use software. Now, I have software as a business broker and M&A advisor that I use, and there's software for Main Street businesses, which really we don't do a lot of inside of our group. Main Street businesses are businesses that SDE is 100,000 or less. You got your local liquor store, your proverbial laundry places, etc. No, we're concentrated on actually bona fide businesses that actually have higher cash flow employees and they've been around for a long time, bona fide mini brands in the local marketplace. So we use software. We use our Deal Analyzer 3.0, which is a tool that it's only privy to those who are inside of our group, where we actually do the spreads. We do the spreads on a multi-year with tax returns, as a bank would do it. So we basically pre-flight underwrite the deal before we bring it to a bank. And we only bring it to a bank if we know it's going to be a deal. So all of that has to do with the value. So we need 2 data points. One is going to be the true seller discretionary earnings as the average over a multi-year period, and specific NAICS code, 6-digit code, valuation multiple, and they're not all created equal because there are thousands of NAICS codes, and then it's going to be prices sell at a certain SDE multiple at the lower range, the middle range, and the higher range. All of these things you have to know, and you have to be educated enough to combine the two to give you the target. So you see, there's not a lot of guessing going on here. It is formulas, mathematics, modeling, and we will know, then we're going to arrive at this particular number. We know that is the true North Star for us. So it's going to be whether it's going to be $1 million, $1.2 million. Then we're going to understand how we're going to position ourselves, knowing that our job, they're coming anchoring a little high, right? And the delta sometimes the delta is 0, which means that there's a reasonable price in the market and you arrive at the same number. I tell you, those businesses get picked up in seconds, literally hours sometimes. They're pocket listings. So you're not going to have a lot of those that actually come ready with the exact 3.12 SDE multiple and the exact NAICS code. Chances are it's already been sold, right? And when it comes to bids by sell, it's too late. So some of them are going to come a little higher. So that's actually an opportunity for you. But I teach that you want to develop those relationships with those business brokers much, much, much earlier than the actually business coming out to sell. So that's the first thing. You need to determine the true value. Now, when we actually make an offer, you want to have a fallback position. You want to go, okay, it depends on the competition. If a business has a lot of competition, you're not going to have a lot of wiggle room. You're probably going to go asking price. And sometimes we picked up deals, we pay $100,000 more for it. Now you're going to have reason, why will you pay $100,000 more dollars? Because if the debt service coverage ratio is 3.5 to 1, which it's a conversation for another day, it's a no-brainer, right? There are deals that I'm just going to tell you, look, you just need to make an offer today. And we've closed over 37 deals in the last 18 months and over $65 million worth of acquisition value. So number 2, you got to master quality of earning analysis. You got to dig into cash flow. You got to we teach you how to actually do financial analysis the way the pros do. Now, we don't give them 100% of the ad backs that the seller comes out. I get all these ad backs, these meals and entertainment, travel, repairs and maintenance, depending on the industry, and the seller wants to add them back to the SDE. And let me tell you the reason why. If you're on the sales side, for every dollar that you get approved for an ad back, you get a 2 to 5x on that dollar, so $2 to $5 in valuation. It's key. So we have to agree. So they want the highest, we want the lowest. So it's going to be this natural constant tension. So you got to really dig in and you understand what are bank grade, what is it that is customary, what is reasonable expense normalization. And I'll teach you how to do that inside of our group. And every business is different. And we have looked at hundreds of deals and we have hundreds of clips and history and analysis inside of a group. We probably have over 500 clips of us live analyzing deals, walking through all of our tools, which is a lot of math, a lot of spreadsheets. But I'm actually a spreadsheet geek, so I love that. So then we're gonna catch the red flags. We're gonna figure out what the inflated revenue is, the one-time sales, all those things that are creeping in. Other income is a dead giveaway. Whenever you got a seller that is gonna give you the other income sitting in the tax returns as part of the valuation, we immediately exclude it because it's never allowed. Are you stuck and don't know what to do next? Which happens to quite a bit of the folks that I interact with in YouTube is, when do I make the offer? Should I talk to the bank before I do so? When do I need to have my personal financial statement? What is the right DSCR? What is SDE? Why should I care? Do I go adjusted EBITDA? Is a better business better for me than a smaller one, etc. And many other things. If you're stuck and don't know what your next move is, let us help you with a complimentary coaching call. We want to help you buy a profitable business. Connect with me, drop me a comment below, or send me an email. My email address will be up here or down there in the description section of this video. Let's connect. But if you don't know, you don't know. You're not giving credit for something you shouldn't have given credit. That's on you, right? So we're going to, and this is kind of a little bit of a QOB, which is a term that is been thrown around, quality of earnings, right? Quality of earnings is really a substantial piece. The bigger the business, the more expensive it is. Now, if you're buying a $10 million business, if you want quality of earnings reports, and the reason why you probably would need quality of earnings reports is a whole nother video topic. I'll tell you, you're going to drop $25,000 to $30,000. Now, I am a lower middle market guy. I am in the $2 to $20 million space. My average deal is $2 to $4 million when I'm representing a seller. Now, I deal with private equity groups and family offices. So if and when you need a quality of earnings report, just because you got a conglomerate, you got a large set of financials, and you got divisions among them, and you want to spin off, and the seller wants to spin off a division and sell it, but everything really lives in the tax returns, and you have to segregate it by quality of earnings, right? You have to separate the P&Ls by class, and you have to do all this work. It's going to be expensive. But I teach you actually how to do that for nothing once you're inside of our group. Okay, so number 3, you gotta control. Remember, this is all we're talking about, how to actually get the best price for a business. A lot of that is, so far, is zero guessing, right? So none of this is guessing. So number 3 is gonna be, you gotta control the narrative within a strategic LOI. And my members, BAM members, will know what that is. So we make price just one part of the compelling offer. We introduce concepts like seller financing, earnouts, and training period. Now, earnouts are only privy to those who are outside of SBA financing because SBA doesn't like earnouts. There are other tools that we use. Buyers who structure creatively often wins in terms of the price. You can negotiate price and terms. Terms sometimes are best. And you remember, not all business sellers want all 100% of cash at closing. So we leverage that because they got to pay ordinary income beyond capital gains. Number 4, we use information asymmetry to our advantage. What does that mean? You got to be over prepared. Knowledge is power. Understand the business better than the seller. Ask smart questions that demonstrate competence. The more you know, like, and trust. If you are a subject matter expert in the industry NAICS code and the seller knows that, immediate you're gonna go to the top of the line. If there are 10 buyers and you're the one that knows everything about the industry, if I'm a seller, wouldn't I feel better with talking with you? It's all about selling. You will always be selling yourself when you're buying a business. You're gonna ask smart questions to demonstrate competency and build trust. Sellers often drop the price when they feel confident they have the right buyer. It's not all about the money. So, number 5, you got to leverage competition and optionality. What does that mean? Always, always, always have 2 to 3 deals in motion. Don't ever just fall in love with one deal. The minute you get emotionally entangled with a deal, and it's happened to us all, this is a roller coaster. Buying a business is an emotional roller coaster. Ups and downs, deal fatigue, and all those things, right? So you gotta always have perspective by dating multiple businesses, if you will. You don't want to put a ring on one finger until you really know it's gonna be a deal. So you gotta have deal flow, cold outreach, brokers, proprietary sources, all the things that I teach inside the group. If you want to know more, ask me about it. So power and negotiation comes, and the willingness to walk away. That is super key. If you walk away with anything, is know when to walk away from a deal. And that is kind of it makes you look impressive enough to the seller that I've seen people come back and say, no, that buyer, I want to talk to him. Anyway, thanks so much for watching this video. So we are giving away for a limited time 2 things for you. Because of my gratitude for you subscribing to my channel, is one, it's going to be to give you the Deal Analyzer 2.0, which is a tool that allows you to calculate some of the data points that you're going to need, which we're going to talk about in this video. How to figure out what the 3-year average SDE is, set of discretionary earnings, that is, how to know what the DSCR is, and at the point of the offer, what if you actually have seller financings and bank financing, or both, or neither, how much cash you should put down, what is your posted service cash flow, etc. Just download this free tool. It's a great thing that is being used by thousands of folks, and then you get to know how we work. And the second one is the Business Buyers Checklist, which is a punch list that we actually use every day inside of our group. As we're getting ready to close on a deal, we want to make sure we have everything is bank ready, as bank grade. So those are my gifts to you. Download them and let me know how you like them.